Good day, brave hearts all over the world. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and I'm still, where? I'm still in Los Angeles. Okay, so know this. I took off last Saturday, okay? And then my flight was about an hour and a half, almost 2 hours late of getting into Los Angeles. Now, because it was late, I missed my flight for Australia, okay? So because I missed my flight for Australia, they couldn't get me another flight for 2 days. So then I go back to the airport, and you know what? You gotta smile and you gotta laugh. And you gotta understand that this is a fun-filled adventure here. And then I go back to the airport, and then guess what? We're supposed to fly out at 10 o'clock. Okay, so that's 2 days later. And then guess what? They keep saying, hang in there, hang in there. They keep changing the gates, and they're saying, oh, this flight has been canceled. This flight has been canceled. They didn't cancel ours until like 3:45 in the morning. Meanwhile, I'm getting a little burnt out here. Okay, just because it's not easy traveling. You know that. I mean, we flew here. We were 2 hours late. We lost our flight. Okay, for Australia. So then 2 days later, they say come back. So then we go back, and then 3:30 in the morning, they say, nope, you've lost your flight, now go. And guess what? I'm on standby, okay? And I've been on standby now for 2 days. And they're telling me I can't get a flight for Australia until Tuesday. Now understand something. Who owns all the transportation? Who owns all the hotels? Who owns everything on this planet? Well, the psycho elite do. And I'm gonna play something for you on my other phone here, and I'm gonna show you, we were told it was a cyber attack. Well, let me just tell you what happened here. So I'm at the airport, and we're waiting for our plane, and they're going, oh yeah, bad weather, your plane will be here by 1:45 in the morning. Okay, it's bad weather. Okay, so I walk over, and there it is. Our plane is sitting out there, so they were told to lie to us. I mean, all we had to do is I looked to the side and out the window, and there's our plane. I go, you do know our plane's sitting out there, to the person who said to me that because of bad weather, we're not going to fly out. And they go, yes, I apologize, but I was told to say that to you. I'm going, oh, jeez. All right, I get it. It's your job. And you know what? Aren't you tired of that? I'm just doing my job. Okay? I'm going to tell you something, okay? All right? How do you find love and you keep it? You mind your own business. And that means this. I am not going to participate in what the world's going to be doing in the next, I'm not going to participate in anything I don't have to. We're going to opt out. I want to thank the world for this, because I told all my staff, I told everybody that this was going to come. I didn't know that I was going to be part of it. I said, because I'm going to play something, not on this video, but I'm going to come back on and play it because it's about 10 minutes. And I'm going to show you that the WEF, the World Economic Forum, back in 2020 said that there is going to be cyber attacks coming. And there are going to be cyber attacks coming. And then they said it in 2022 again, okay? And then guess what? We get this cyber attack. Now, understand this. So it's a problem with Microsoft. Now they said it was something else and something else. But just understand this, everybody. This was a test run. This was just a test run. I don't care what people think of me anymore, because guess what? 9/11 was an inside job. This was an inside job as well. And the reality is they are going to make life hell for the majority of the population, because the majority of the population is going to buy into all this stuff. Okay, I said to Lori, listen, we're going to make the best of this. So, we're here for another, maybe it could be until Tuesday, and then I fly out to Australia. So, I let people down, but I didn't really let them down. But you know what? In this world, you can't take it hard. Did I let them down? No, I didn't. I did everything I could. So I'm going to tell you something. There's going to be things that you make promises for. There's going to be things that you say you're going to do. And then guess what? These psychos are going to disrupt everything. And then how long should I suffer? Well, I didn't suffer at all, but I did call them right away, because I had to cancel my Sydney lecture. I got to cancel my Melbourne. I will make it for Brisbane, and I will make it for Byron Bay, and that's next weekend. And then I might not. That's how crazy it is. And then the following week, I do a teaching in Coffs Harbour of Wolf, of the Whole Life Health Coach Certified. And then Dr. Sage Wolf does Wolf Non-Surgical Certified. I don't know. I may not make it. There could be another cyber attack. And understand something, everyone. So the banks were down, the hotels were down, gas stations were down, many businesses were down around the world. And I'm going to tell you something. I could be off, but I'm not far off. Okay, so there's a new system coming, and that system is called Ripple. And I'm telling you right now, I strategize. You know that these psycho elite, they've been strategizing for thousands of years, okay? And when they strategize, they're very patient. Like somebody in a family of these psychos will strategize, and this thing that's gonna happen may not happen for 150 years because they believe that they own the world. They believe that they own us, but they do own us. You know, I'm gonna tell you something. You believe that you have choice down here. Most people don't have choice because they're not awake. I have a choice, and that is this. I'm gonna mind my own business. And that means that I'm gonna do what I love. I'm gonna do for me, for my family. I'm gonna do for everybody out there. Like, and when I say family, I'm not talking about, you know what, blood makes us family, right? Okay, that blood can make you family, okay? But let me tell you something, loyalty, well, blood can make you related. Let me change that. I have relations that blood can make us related, but we're not family. There's so many people that are in my family that are not my family, okay? Because just me wanting the best life ever, just me minding my own business, just me doing things that the majority of the population don't do, I don't fit in my family. And guess what? You probably don't either. And you know what? I was a black sheep. I was either had my nose against the wall at school, okay, or I was getting a leather belt on my hand, or I was getting punished to my room all my life. And guess what? Nobody's gonna do that to me ever again. And I'm not angry about it because guess what? The world is manipulated, and most of the population, they buy into all of this horse shit. I mean, do you know how many children are getting hurt by parents that got hurt by their parents, and it just keeps going? So let me just rephrase this. Blood makes us relatives, but what makes us family? Honesty, integrity, loyalty. I will never, ever, ever rip anybody off for one penny. I will never, ever lie or twist things or do anything like that. Let me tell you something. I'm very proud of me, and I want you to be very proud of you. I'm very proud of me. I want you to be very proud of you. I am proud of me every time that I stay in the moment and I own it. And you have to practice staying in the moment. So I'm here in Los Angeles, and I'm going to Australia, and I can't wait to go home. I'll tell you why, because I just built Braveheart Nation Studios. I've got 5 sets there, professional sets. It is a world-class video studio. I've got the Braveheart Nation app coming out, bhnapp.com. Go check it out. But that's coming out on August the 8th. You know who my family is? You're my family. You're my family if you want to be selfish enough to know how to have the perfect day. And you are my family if you want to practice not going, oh my God, Henny Penny, the sky's falling in. You know what? If you were to calm down and strategize, you would be healthy, you would be wealthy, and you'd be so bloody wise. And you know what? You're gonna have to get away from your family, you're gonna have to get away from your friends, you're gonna have to get away from the majority of the population. That's it. I don't care what the majority of the population think about me. I love them anyway, but please understand that. But I don't care what they think. You take a look around. Most of them are hobbling. You know, most of them are limping. Most of them, you know, they are so inflamed, okay? I mean, we're talking about 86% of the population has an autoimmune disease, and I can't even get into all the rest of it. Let me tell you something. The lies are so thick, okay? These elite want to harvest us, and they're not gonna harvest me. And they're not gonna harvest you if you just wake up. You know, the one thing that I tell people, what is the one thing that won't just save you, but change your life and make you amazing? Unconditional love for yourself, not for the world. Don't be trying to give unconditional love to the world until you can give it to yourself. Let me tell you something. I want you to let yourself off the hook that fast. Your parents never let you off the hook fast. Your religion won't let you off the hook. The government won't let you off the hook. They say there's a justice society here, but it's a judgment society. And understand something, if you're not going to let yourself off the hook, then you're going to make yourself guilty, and that means that you got to go to judgment jail, and those bars are invisible, but they will ruin the rest of your life. I'm telling you right now, I don't care what people say that you did or who you are. I love you and I forgive you for everything you've ever did or everything you're ever going to do. That you are amazing just being here. They are trying to murder us on all levels, you know, from the air to the water, okay, to everything that's out there. My God, just think, you go to a family dinner and you actually have to sit there and listen to this stuff. Well, I don't. I go into the other room where the grandchildren are, or I go into the room where the kids are, and I get down to intelligence, and that is intelligence still, until they're adulterated. But I'm telling you right now, I try to carry on a lot of big projects. People try to make me responsible for their success. My practitioners, I got some practitioners that have tried to make me responsible for their success. But your success is going to have to rely on you, whether it's health, whether it's wealth, whether it's relationships. And it's all about you letting yourself off the hook for everything that they told you that you weren't good enough or worthy enough. It's all just crap. You know what? You know, thank God that I love myself so much that I'm my best friend. My best friend. I am my first and foremost best friend. I love you, Daryl. I'm going to take care of you. You know, most of you wouldn't even say that because it's so selfish that you actually believe maybe you'll go to hell for it. Or how selfish is that I don't put everybody else first, or I don't put my family first. Do you know what my kids and the people around me that come to my courses, do you know what the main thing that they get from this is? That guess what? You can love yourself, okay, and not go to hell. You can love yourself and care for yourself, and oh my God, it really does feel better. That's the only thing that's going to really truly save you and change you. Okay, you see here, LOVE. Well, guess what? Love is not the answer. It's just an ingredient. It's what you do with it. And you know what? If you can't unconditionally love yourself, then you can't unconditionally love your kids or your wife or your husband or the world. And guess what? And the world is never going to change. And I'll tell you, not change the way for you, but I will tell you what's going to happen. Oh my God. So I built this, okay, most people think Mexico's dangerous, and I just love it. It is the most beautiful place in the world for me. It's the most peaceful, tranquil. And what I built down there would cost me probably 10 times more up here. I built a professional studio. Okay, I live in a really nice home, and I've got a pool, and I've got jungle all around me. And then only 3 minutes away, I've got the DOD 5-star house where people come from all over the world. And we have the best energy medicine, the best treatments that I know that I can find. And if I can find better, I'll do it. And people come there. And guess what? I walk around, I go to work in my bare feet, okay? And I wear a nice pair of dress shorts and a nice short sleeve shirt. And guess what? I can be what I want to be. You know, I can remember a long time ago when I was practicing in North America, you know, I used to wear a tie. Then I got rid of the tie. And then guess what? Then I wore a shirt. Then I started wearing things that are more smocky-like, doctor-like. And guess what? And it's all just BS, okay? I am the barefoot doctor, short sleeves, and when I'm not working, I've got a muscle tee on. I'm gonna live my life the way I wanna live it. This is my life. You know what? The majority of the population lives their life trying to be someone else and do everything else for approval. I need nobody's approval. I am going to enjoy every moment. I mean, what a detour this is. Now, I mean, we're talking about, it's been already 8 days. 8 days. I took off from Mexico, right, which is just a 6-hour flight, and I'm still here in Los Angeles, and I don't get out of here until Tuesday, but I am on standby, so I gotta be ready to run. But whatever the case may be, I want you to start monitoring yourself and seeing how at ease you are with yourself, how at ease you are. And guess what? When the world says that you screwed up, just put a slight smile on your face, and then don't burn, learn, observe, and grow, and let it go. I could give a shit what my family thinks about me if I did nothing to harm them or hurt them, and guess what? I'm not going to live for anybody else's expectations. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it anymore. And understand this, when I get done here, I'm going to play this. I mean, I could play it now, but I'd rather stop and then play this. And see, the WEF, the World Economic Forum, are a bunch of scumbags, okay? And they're all rich scumbags, and they've all signed a pact, where you can call it with evil or the devil, or they just get off on this like some major orgasm to actually harvest humans and poison them. And this whole thing, I will not live in a city. I will not live in a city. I will not live where there's 5G. I will not live where there's 4G. I live where there's 3G. I will not live where there's chemtrails. I will not live where anybody's going to try to poison me and tell me what the hell to do. Nobody's going to tell me what to do. Do you get this? I am not threatened or scared of anybody. Look at this physical body. It's going to break down eventually, not too quick. And guess what? But I am a spirit being, and guess what? I am infinite. And I am going to live here the way I want to. Now, I may not get everything that I want, but I'll tell you something right now. When I started buying into my own BS, which was about 30 years ago, that guess what? Loving myself, caring for myself, and then when I started vibrating higher and getting rid of belief systems that were making me vibrate lower and making my value lower, I made money easier. When I stopped doing it, guess what? I had more energy. I didn't need to sleep as much. I didn't need to eat as much, okay? And also, you know what? The people that I was terrorizing and that were terrorizing me, they just left. Because if you bring your vibration up, they just naturally go. People will come to my course, a whole life health coach certified, and I'll go, listen, you got to understand this, that if you actually pull this off, but you got to keep your mouth shut for at least 9 months to a year, and you got to work on yourself and just do the things that you would do for yourself, and don't tell everybody about them. Don't tell them about them. Even when it would come to the point of me going to a family's dinner, you know what? I'm allergic to that food. Oh, really? I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, what do you say? What do you say? Your food is very low vibrational, and if I eat it, I bloat, okay? I'll probably have a headache. I won't be able to sleep tonight, and I'll have achy joints, or maybe even I'll have very stinky gas because I can't digest this food. So I just rather not deal with any of it. And trust me, nobody hardly in my family ever calls me for any advice. So either I'm a pretty lousy practitioner. No, that's not true. The reality is that they don't want my advice because people don't realize that their addictions take precedence. There's not one person here at this pool right here. There's hardly anybody in this whole hotel here. There's like probably 1,000 rooms in this hotel, and they're addicted to their stuff. You know what? Take a look at your addictions and start seeing if you can get rid of them as much as you can. And the reality is, let me break it down for you. Okay, so you're looking for 3 things mainly. Okay, you're looking for amino acids. Got to have lots of them. Lots of them. I saturate myself with amino acids. Okay, next thing is fatty acids. I saturate myself with fatty acids. The next thing is fiber. Okay, believe it or not, I just told you those are the 3 keys, everybody. And understand, a lot of people are talking about cholesterol and all of this stuff. It's a complete lie. Okay, understand, anybody that's on statins, okay, their brain is going to shrink down to the size of a walnut, and they will have Alzheimer's, dementia. Their life's over if they're on statin drugs. So cholesterol is a lie. Aging in the DNA is a lie. And if you want to read about these things, get my pdgfree.com guide. But all of that, genetics is a lie. There's no genetic cancers. Oh my God, you know what? I'm going to tell you something. A family member, okay, actually started going out with a woman, and we were visiting, And I'm sitting at the table. And I said, so how's it going? Oh, well, yeah, da-da-da, I'm going out with da-da-da. And I'm going, oh, that's nice. Yeah, I have to pick her up, and then she's flying in a few days. I'm going to take her to the hospital, and she's going to get her breast removed because in her family she has the genetics of breast cancer. So she's going to get both her breasts removed. And I'm just, yeah. What do you do with that? What do you even do with that? Okay, so when I was younger, I'd go, "Are you crazy? But does she not know that it's not real? That this is a lie?" I mean, it's never going to stop. It's only going to get worse. Do you understand that these psycho elite, okay, they come together, they get off on each other, they don't even like each other, but they get off on controlling us, they get off on poisoning us, they get off on murdering us, all right? And just know this, wherever you can, connect to your breath and strategize and be in the moment. I'm gonna play this video for you. Some of you won't want to listen to it, but I'm gonna tell you something right now. And that's this. It'll take about 5 years, probably 5 years. 10 years will be right into it. It's a big turnover. But the reality is you don't have to believe me, but the whole Bitcoin thing, it's going to get even higher and higher. I think someday Bitcoin will blow up because it really is used for things that aren't good. I've strategized everything. I bought silver, I bought gold, and I've invested into what's called XRP, and it's by Ripple. And because the reality is, guys, you can keep fighting it if you want, but digital is coming. Cash is leaving. It might take 5 to 10 years before cash is like almost absent. But the reality is I got a plan for the future, don't I? I'm creating what's called Braveheart Nation, and I'm not going to be like most people, and it's like this, and just go, oh, I will never ever go to digital. Well, guess what? We are going to go to digital, and I'm not going to become digital here. I mean, my life is going to be the most organic and real that I can find, and it is. I live in Mexico, like I said. I go in my bare feet. I start my day off, okay, with always going for a swim in the morning, and then I end my day with a swim. And guess what? I can afford down there to actually drink, okay, organic vegetable juice, to eat organic fruits as much as I want. If I really wanted to go get fresh fish, I can go right down to the beach, okay? And guess what? I'm going to pay $4 for a red snapper, and it's going to be filleted if I want that, but it's going to be fresh, because I will never buy fish from a fish market, because if it smells like fish, it's already rotting, okay? I will never eat a piece of any animal meat or any product unless it's organic. Everybody, you need to get this. There's nothing wrong with eating meat. There's nothing wrong with eating byproducts of meat. But they have to be organic. This isn't some kind of fad, okay? So I will live a life like this. So, I've got an electric bike. We've got 4 electric bikes down there in Mexico. And you know what? Sometimes we'll just take an electric bike to the market. This is the life I'm gonna live. Think about the life you want and be selfish enough to sit down. You know what I'm doing right now is, in the next few days, I'll have it done. I'm writing up what's called a Braveheart contract for heroes. And guess what? You have to become the hero that saves your life. I can't do it. When people come to us in Ixtapa, Zihuatanejo to our DOD 5-star healing retreat, I create the vibration that will heal, but they have to accept it. And the biggest problem with accepting a vibration that heals is if you have a belief that you don't deserve it. And those people that, I'll have people come to me and they'll go, you know what? It's in God's hands. It's in Jesus' hands. It's in somebody else's hands. I go, look at it. If you don't want to believe that it's teamwork that makes the dream work, we're in trouble here. I mean, you've got to be able to know that you deserve everything that you desire. As long as it's doing no harm to anyone else, why couldn't you have everything else? You know what? We have bought into this idealism that, guess what? We suffer today and we get tomorrow. I don't do that. That is just never happening. That is never going to happen with me. I am not suffering today for a better tomorrow. I'm enjoying every bloody moment that I'm here. I am not suffering for my family, not suffering for the planet, not suffering for my patients. When I used to suffer for my family, okay, all right, I used to make myself sick. And then guess what? I didn't hold a vibration that would help them break the sickness vibration that they had. I mean, you have what you have in your life because of your personality. And that personality is not truly you. I don't even have my true personality. And look I've been doing whole life health certification courses since I was, 28 years old. And I'm going to be 67, I want to say 47, 67 years old. And I still don't have my true personality, okay? All right? Because I would totally honor, love, and respect my body and the creator of everything 100% of the time. And that means, and guess what? People are not bad, so you better get that. Oh, I don't like him, he's bad. I don't like her, she's bad. No, that's not true. They got bad beliefs. You should see some of the families that people come from and how hard they struggle to love themselves and love their life. And all they've got is dysfunctional, okay, self-hating beliefs for themselves. You know what? We have to have empathy for these people. I have empathy for the people that hate me. I have empathy for the people that hate themselves. I have empathy for the people that don't know how to eat right, drink right, think right, live right. Okay? And guess what? Because guess what? These psychos, they create a swamp out here. You know, they try to blame us human beings, okay, for the pollution out here. We are not the polluters. It's like they telling us to recycle. Well, what do you think they're doing to us? They're recycling us. They're harvesting us right now. Wake up to the fact, okay, that it's not about love, it's about unconditional love. If you could pull off unconditional love for yourself, what would you have for everyone else? And if you have unconditional love for yourself, then you're not going to take that low vibrational drink. You're not going to take the low vibrational food. You're not going to harm and hurt yourself on a psychological or a physical level anymore. Please take a look at my PDG free.com guide, and also go into my library and go do my Braveheart online emotional intelligence course and understand something. Most of your family, most of your friends, it's not going to be good for them. It's not going to be good because they don't understand that this is a landmine. 7 inches in here, the subconscious. We've all been programmed to hurt ourselves and each other. Let's see if you could just go 24 hours without a negative thought and only a beautiful thought, staying in the moment, connecting to your lion heart breath, 6 seconds in, 7 seconds out. Put a hairband on here and go 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I'm good enough. 3, 2, 1, that which created the universe has always loved me and never judged me. It's all been made up down here, and I don't give a crap if your family's been in the same religion for 300 years, okay? And that religion says that that which is God is judging us. And you know what? We don't know if we're going to go to heaven or hell, if we're going to be good enough here. That is crap. I don't care what anybody says. And then people will say, yeah, but nobody's ever rewritten this book. It's always been like this. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? I'm not trying to attack your religion or your belief systems, but why do you run away from? Why can't you pull off unconditional love for yourself? And understand something. I'm going to leave this with you. Why do you think there's so many different colors of people? Why do you think there's so many different religions? Why do you think there's so many languages? Because that had nothing to do with God. That had to do with creating a system that we would all go out and we would fight each other. Who do you hate? The yellow ones, the black ones, the red ones? Oh, I hate the Germans. Oh, wait a minute, I am German. Oh my God, no, I hate the Jews. Oh my God. You know what? I'm going to tell you something right now. Everybody here is created by the same creator, but this is why they made the different languages, the different religions, the different colors, okay, to separate us, okay? So you know what? The only people that go around attacking other people are people that have a hate program inside. That's it. So what am I supposed to do? Judge you for it? Just because you hate yourself and you don't even know it, you got to vent it out on somewhere. And if the whole family hates blacks or hates red or yellow or Germans, like I'm German, then you hate me. The reality is you got to vent it somewhere, because guess what? You feel trapped because you don't understand that the rules aren't going to change down here. You don't understand. Planet Earth will always be a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure where the psycho elite will always sign a pact with the evil, the devil, the entity, whatever you want to say, and they will feed off of us until the end of days, until you have unconditional love for yourself and you decide to make high vibrational, unconditional love choices for yourself. Once you've pulled that off long enough and strong enough, you will never hate another person. And if you're in an area where it's low vibrational or it's aggressive, you'll just remove yourself from it, and you will not have that feeling. Yeah, liberal or conservative. I am a spirit being. Unconditional love is my religion. I will not get into politics. I only voted once. I voted once for my mother, okay, because she asked me to when I was the voting age, and it was a gift to her. And even then I was awake to the fact. Why would I want anything to do with this? Every one of you right now, there are people out there right now that the situation that happened over the last week, they think that their savior's here now. It's all just going to be sunshine and roses. Well, I'm telling you, you have one hell of a wake-up call coming for you, because there's only one Braveheart hero that's going to save your butt, and that's you. But if you don't want to invest the time, the money, and the energy to go in and find that God spot in your heart, and then to set the flame in there of unconditional love for yourself, then you can forget it. And understand, nothing's going to change. You need to change. Nothing's going to change. You need to change. I don't give a crap. Trump my ass, will you? I'm just done. I don't even talk about it. I don't have nothing to do with it, but I have to have it all around me, because right now, even being in Los Angeles, I can't be anywhere. We go to a restaurant, we have people talking about how they hate him, or how he's going to save the world and everything's just going to be peachy keen. Yeah, if it's okay with you, I'll be saving myself, and then I'm going to show my family how to do that for themselves. Okay, and that was the lesson down here. Okay, this is all just a three-ring circus, and it's going to get worse. So at least when I'm in Ixtapas, Zihuatanejo, Mexico, I'm living the life that I want. I'm going to go into my studio, and I'm inviting some of the most powerful health practitioners in the world to actually bring their master classes, to have shows on my platform, BHN television station, BHNapp.com. They can't tell me. They can't tell me what to do. They can't shut it down. And we're going to have all the truth slayers up there. And that's what's going to happen. You see, I never want anybody telling me thank you. I don't want people to tell me anything except thank you, I found myself. Thank you, I love myself. You need to thank you. So you say, thank me. Say it right now. Thank me. Thank me. You need to thank you, and you need to start praising you. You don't need to praise anybody else. You need to start praising you on the job you've done so far, no matter where you are right now, because you can become more and you can do better. But understand, it's not going to get good. We've got another 7 years of all kinds of stuff. Like, there'll be times when I'm going to be there, and why do you think I got solar now? So actually, the electrical went down, and my shows still were going. How's that? That's pretty cool, right? So I got solar. So I'm trying to be as independent as possible, so we can do these shows, we can do master classes, and we can do trainings for the people that want them. Understand, for you to actually find your authentic self and love your life means that you are going to have to do what? What are you going to have to do? You're going to have to never look for anybody's approval again. You're going to have to stand on your own, and you're going to have to be bantered, and you're going to have to be poked at by your family and your friends and the rest of the world. Understand that, okay? Between jealousy, okay? Jealousy is a big thing, okay? You know, when you start doing something, oh, the food's too good for you? Oh, that's too good for you now? Oh, I'm not good enough for you anymore? No, that's not the point. You're missing the point. I need to be better for myself. So I'm going to change. Is it okay if I change? You know, it's the funniest thing, eh? The majority could be thinking the worst thing, doing the worst thing, eating the worst thing, drinking it. And then as soon as you start to love, honor, and respect yourself, you're some kind of quack, or you're trying to come up against people. You know what? Let me tell you something. The more people that come up against me about what I'm doing, I know I'm doing the right thing. If I'm not being bantered at, if I'm not being attacked, okay, let me tell you something. I have been attacked by media to the point that they say that I murder people. I mean, that's how far they have to go. And understand something, that's a badge of honor for me. That's a badge of honor for me. I mean, they tried to destroy me a year and a half ago. They did everything they could. And guess what? All I had to do was do what? Ignore them. Everybody said, oh, well, why don't you go on? They're asking you to come on live and to protect yourself and defend yourself. Why do I have to defend myself against BS? I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to lower my vibration. I know who I am. Do you know who you are? The next time that somebody tells you you're not good enough or you're dangerous because you don't fit in, or the big problem is guess what? If you follow me, you know damn well that hundreds of millions of dollars are leaving pharma and the government and corporations because of this mouth. What, you think I'm not going to get attacked? You think they're not going to lie about me? I know one thing. I'm proud of myself. Are you proud of yourself? I know one other thing, and they're the most important. That which created the universe, I want to honor that. But guess what? I will bow down to nobody or nothing on this planet. I will also honor and respect even the people that don't respect me. Why? Because that's called the poison pill. That's how I make myself sick. I will respect and honor the people that do not respect me. And how do I do it? I get out of their field and I protect my own energy field. Because whether you believe this or not, this here is an electrical battery. And as soon as I go around people that are low vibrational, they're going to drain my battery. If I hang around with people that have high vibration, they're not going to steal my energy, or they're actually, what we'll do is we'll exchange energy and we'll recharge each other. What do you think of that? And that's few and far between. Let me tell you something. The people that will be coming to my whole life coach certification in Australia, 50% of them will be there to open up practices that don't even have a practice. But guess what? After 9 days, they will actually be able to open up a practice as a whole life coach on an emotional, nutritional, and physical level. When they go to Dr. Sage's course, that's only 12 days. They'll be able to have the most powerful body work in the world and give a money back guarantee, and that's after 12 days. Now, how do you think that pisses off, okay? How do you think that pisses off the system? Okay, because you got these doctors that go to school, okay, for how long? 20 years? 22 years? 24 years? Okay, really, when you start off in kindergarten, and then you got to go all the way through, and then guess what? And then when they do become a doctor, they're the quacks, not me. You can think whatever you want. The whole world could call me a quack, but I know I'm not, because I'm the guy that actually wants you to be your own doctor, wants you to be your own hero, wants you to be your own lover first and foremost. So does that make me a quack? Absolutely. I'll quack all the way and keep teaching this to those people who want it. Unconditional love for yourself first and foremost. Go and take a look at my Braveheart 12 Loving Steps. It doesn't cost you a penny. Okay, get yourself a love band or a hairband and go in and read about it in my 12 Loving Steps in my pdgfree.com guide. Go practice mirror work. Sit in front of the mirror and say, I love you, Jennifer, and say that 10 times. Or go read my Braveheart Oath and do that 10 times in the morning and 10 times before you go to bed. Okay, put your shoulders back, connect to your breath. Allow an atomic bomb to go off and keep smiling, keep connecting to your breath and go, I got this. I am infinite. That which they call God has always loved me and always will. And I need to stay connected to my breath. I need to be the light, okay? And that light is within. Understand something. Wherever they shine the light outside of you, don't go there. because they shine the light there for the masses to go there and feed on their BS. I say go to the darkness. Go take a look in the darkness, because that's where they hide everything. Yeah, well, they hide behind the shadows, don't they? Let me tell you, I get it now. I'm not angry. I'm not upset. And as long as I live here, and as long as anybody comes down to this planet, these psychos will always rule, but they don't rule my life. I have a decision right now. Am I going to have a beautiful time with Lori today? We are going to go for the most beautiful walk, and we are going to just love our life no matter what goes on. Mind your own business. Unconditional love for yourself. Love all 50 trillion cells, all 500 trillion bacteria, and know that everything the government says is a lie. Know that almost everything the medical doctors say is a lie. They're not even doctors, they're just physicians and surgeons. I'm a doctor. You become a doctor. You become the doctor of your life. You think I'm intense? Let me tell you something. I get intense like this because there's a few of you that want to wake up, and guess what? Most of you have children or young kids around you, and you're poisoning them on an emotional and physical level. 99% of all adults are poisoning their families. They are poisoning their children. I will never poison children. Okay? All right? I will bow down to every child. I do not want a child to respect me unless I earn it. You know, when I was brought up, I had to respect all my elders. Well, guess what? I don't respect anybody older than me unless they have respect already. I'm not telling you I disrespect them, but it's all bullshit. You better respect your elders. Well, most elders are toxic, okay? They're constipated, and they're cruel, and they don't even know it. And I'm not judging them or being hateful, but why in the hell would I do that? I will spend my time with young children before I ever will with an adult. I don't want to go to any adult's party, but I'll go to a kid's party because I want to find the child within, and I want to live, and I want to love, and I want to laugh, and I want to dance, and I want to swim, and I want to play. And it doesn't matter if I'm 90 years old. I am going to look to have fun. And if you're not having fun today, then guess what? Then you don't know your true self, you don't know your authentic self, and you're just pleasing everybody else that's got their head up their ass so far they can't see sunlight. Let me tell you something. You should be thinking about how much fun you're gonna have. And guess what? When it comes to the world and finances, all you gotta do is find your passion and purpose. All you gotta do is strategize. I mean, I take a look at what these psychos are doing, and then I strategize. Listen, I'm not trying to get you involved in anything, but I've got my money in gold, I got it in silver, okay? And also I got it in XRP. And guess what? I'm just gonna let it sit there. And the reality is, I know I'm gonna win on this. I'm not an investor. I've never done stock market, I've never done investing, but guess what? The whole financial system's gonna change. So what should I do? Be like everybody else? Only cash money, only cash money. Well, guess what? I could do that, and when this thing changes, then guess what? How am I gonna feed Braveheart Nation Studios? How am I gonna feed Braveheart Nation app? And how am I gonna, I'll tell you something, I think I planned it, that I'm gonna have enough money to be able to actually go and wrap my arms around the world and tell everyone that, you know what? Find that God spot in your heart. That's all I want. My God, I've always wanted to be a hero, but I want to be a hero of unconditional love, and I want to be a hero that, in a way that I don't want you to tell me thank you. If I've ever helped you, you don't need to tell me thank you. You need to thank yourself. If I've said something that helped you to wake up, then you go and you wake up, and then you go and wake up the others, okay? Understand something. This is what we should be doing. We should be doing everything for each other here without expecting anything. I don't expect anything. I do not. I swear to God. I expect nothing from you except one thing, to unconditionally love yourself. And the next time that the world says that you screwed up, or your parents say you screwed up, or your wife says you screwed up, or your husband, or whoever said it, I want you to connect to your Lionheart breath, put a slight smile on, ask yourself how you could have done better, and do not let them guilt you, because that's what we do. Do you know why we do that? Okay, I'm gonna leave you with this and then I'm done. If you just believe in love and you don't believe in unconditional love, then you hold love from yourself and everyone else. Yeah, that's right. You play love ransom. Isn't it cool? Isn't it cool when you don't get your own way? Okay, you will hold back love on your children. You'll hold it back on your husband, your wife, and the rest of the world. You'll hold love back out on yourself. When you have these belief systems and you believe that you've done well, then you'll treat yourself well. But if you feel that you've come short with the way the world tells you you have to live, then you'll punish yourself. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me that. You go to the alcohol drink, you go to the toke, you go to the smoke, you eat too much sugar, okay? Because guess what? It's all called self-punishment. Now, do you know what self-punishment is? Autoimmune diseases. We have to psychologically corrupt you first here in your subconscious and put in belief systems that every time that you feel that you have shorted yourself or shorted someone else, that you'll actually poison yourself on an emotional and physical level. Yeah, tell me I don't know what I'm talking about. Tell me that, you know what, that you love your life. Tell me that you love the shape of your body. Tell me that you feel great about where you're headed. Tell me that you have control of your destiny. I'll tell you something right now. I have control of my breath. I have control of the moment. And right now, guess what? There could be another cyber attack. There was no cyber attack. This was a test run. And I believe that they're getting ready to put in Ripple into all the banking systems and everywhere, because that's how money's going to flow throughout the world. You know what? And this is how they do it. And remember something, everybody. Currency only lasts for how long, guys? How long does currency last? 80 to 120 years. We always go to a new currency. So like it or not. And guess what? The empire is falling. United States is falling because every 250 years there's a new emperor. Do you understand? This is 248 years. So guess what? Another 2 years, will they fall? No, but I guarantee you that United States is no longer the emperor. They're no longer the emperor. And there's going to be a new emperor. And we've got people that are in the United States that are pretending that, you know, we're against digital, we're against digital. Remember Trump, we're against digital, we're against, and now he's not against digital. It's all just a play. It's welcome to the show. And guess what? And I look at this and I don't take any of this personal. I love myself and I know that this is just one big three-ring circus, and 99% of the population buys into this bullshit. My apologies for swearing, but it's all bullshit. The sun is shining. It's a beautiful day. And guess what? I exist. How could I ask for anything more? I'm going to play a video. I'm going to shut this down and then I'm going to play a video, okay? I'm going to go up to my room and I'm going to turn this back on. I'm going to play a video for you. And it's about the WEF and exactly what's going on. Some people won't like it because it's more kind of edgy to the financial, but understand everything's connected. Everything's connected. You got to understand, they're going to change this over, come into the digital, then they're going to monitor us even more. You see China? Well, that's what they want to do for the whole world. But there's going to be pushback. And understand, do you know why I don't live in the United States or Canada anymore? Because I need to go to what everybody else calls a third world country and have a 5-star living. You get this? I love that part. And then somebody said to me, here, the other day here, you live in Mexico? That must be awful dangerous. And I go, have you not watched your own news? Okay, all right. So here it is, cash is freedom. Oh, listen, you can say that if you want. Cash is freedom, but guess what? Here's freedom. It's 7 inches right here. Freedom is in the subconscious. And yes, cash is freedom on a physical level, but guess what? That's not what matters to me first and foremost. You know what? The same person that said cash, cash, cash here, okay, and everybody else is going here, cash is freedom, cash is freedom. No, it's not. I know a lot of people that have a lot of cash and they have no freedom. I know people who have no cash and have no freedom. Freedom is in here. Freedom's in here. Because I'm going to tell you something, that there is a universal consciousness out there, and whatever you put out the most, that's what happens in your life. My life is always going to be amazing. But understand, There's going to be trauma. There's going to be conflict. There's going to be bombs going off in my family with my friends and everybody else. That's never going to change. This is a life-threatening, fun-filled adventure down here. But my life is always going to be amazing because I chose that. What does it take for you to get pissed? What does it take for you to become depressed? What does it take for you to become sad? What does it take for you, okay, to push at people? What does it take for you to get angry? How about just stay here? Just stay here right now. Cash is not freedom. Cash is not freedom. Okay? Cash is not freedom. Now you want to create a war? I'm going to tell you something. The war is already inside here. Cash can make you feel freer. Do I have cash stashed? Yes, I do. But the reality, if I believe that cash is freedom and without cash I have no freedom, what is that going to do to me? That's going to enslave me. If I believe that freedom is a mindset, okay, yours, whoever just said that, is a landmine. Yours is a landmine. Yeah, somebody said abundance is freedom. And that's right. I am abundant in my thinking. I'm abundant in my thinking. And that means that guess what? I will have it all. I am not going to say cash is freedom because guess what? You just put it out there. So now if you don't have cash, you're not free. I am going to be free and I'm going to be happy and I am going to be successful no matter what. The waves come in, the waves go out. That's how life is. Sometimes I'm winning and sometimes I'm not, I won't say losing, but things aren't going my way. But I understand that. But I understand that. That's all part of the adventure. Cash is not freedom. Cash is a very small part of it. I know people that have no cash at all and they're the most happiest family. Okay, they are healthy. Okay, and I know people with tons of money and they're slaves to it, cash. So, you know, whatever. You know what? I am really done with the fortune cookie stuff, okay? Because guess what? Whether you want to believe it or not, we've been set up. If you take a look at words and you pull them apart, or you take a look at the sayings that the majority of the people say, I would never say them anymore. That's somebody who's unconscious. Okay, I'm not going to pick up a flag. I'm not going to pick up a banner. I'm not going to fight for anything. Okay, all I know is that I am the antenna and I am the speaker to that which you call God, or I call it universal intelligence. And I'll tell you something right now. You take a look at the majority of the people that are highly religious, and then take a look at the psycho elite. Oh, they pretend to be religious, okay? And the reality is this. Take a look at the psycho elite. They only live till they're 100 and over, okay? And when they start living too long, you kind of don't see them anymore, but you don't hear that they died. The reality is this, everybody, is whether you like it or not, you can get down on your knees and beg God, please, or you can put your hands in the air and go, I got this. I'm going to hold this vibe. I'm going to hold the vibe. When you stop being a roller coaster, so will your life will stop being a roller coaster. When you start being, okay, the energy that charges your battery and keeps it up high, your vibration in your field, your life will change. And guess what? The people that you're with will change. The way that you eat, the way that you drink, the way that you think will change. I'm telling you that right now. Listen. I mean, things couldn't have gone more sideways. I left 7 days ago. I was supposed to fly in here that same day, catch a plane, and be in Australia. So I missed 2 big lectures that we've been advertising for 8 months. So I'm gonna go. But the reality is I can't give it a second thought. I just have to re-strategize. What does it take for you to be pissed and get angry? What does it take for you to come back to love? I guarantee you don't even know you're running programs. If your kids do this, you do that. If your wife does this, you do this. It's all about ransom. It's all about ransom. I hardly find anybody that believes in unconditional love. I hardly find anybody that can be back in the present moment no matter what kind of bomb went off within 30 seconds. I give myself 30 seconds. 30 seconds to get back into alignment. There's no such thing as disease. It's just being out of alignment. Yeah, somebody said cash over digital. I agree. But the reality is this: is it okay if I strategize so that I don't lose my shirt, so that I keep my Braveheart Nation studios, so that practitioners can come from all over the world and come onto my platform or come to my studio so that we can help the world bring up the vibration? Is that okay? I didn't put cash down. What are you guys, crazy? And anyways, money's not everything to me. It can't be. Money's got to be secondary. You know what? But I'm still going to strategize. The most thing that's important to me is how many smiles did I actually put on people's faces? Okay? All right? Let me tell you something right now. Why don't you leave smiles wherever you go today in case I need to find you? God bless everyone.